Legend has it, although it may be true, that during the siege of Cadiz, a young soldier was sent with a secret message to Jerez. He was a cavalry rider who, due to his courage and audacity, had stood out among the many heroes who in those days faced the French from El Puntal, the Trocadero, or in the arsenal of La Carraca. No one, however, agrees on whether he was a rider from the Alcantara regiment or from the Farnesio regiment, although many claim that he was one of the light cavalry hunters, a veteran of Bailen who had tasted victory against the formidable enemy that dominated Europe. What is true, and all the stories agree on this, is that he was gallant, a good character, not very fond of the cane, and skillful without rival on his horse. It was said on those days that he was a native of the area of Sanlúcar, because there were many nights that he served as a carrier crossing enemy lines through marsh and swamp. It happened that well into the month of February, the news reached Cadiz that the usurper king was in Jerez, and with him his army carrying out the greatest rage and outrage against everything sacred that they found in their path. The governor of Cadiz then ordered, enraged by the arrival of the English, that a party of dragons in the style of the guerrillas should, like lightning, check Bonaparte. It was therefore necessary to link up, and in a short time, with the volunteers from Jerez, who numbered 4,000, had joined to the royalist party so that they could give whatever information they had about the king and his troop. It was decided that with a single post and in just over 2 hours, our brave rider would reach Jerez. Thus, crocketing the night, the intrepid soldier crossed the Santipetri Channel by boat not far from the Suazo Bridge, on the way to Puerto Real. In front, 40,000 French soldiers were retreating south towards El Portazgo. Out of the exhaustion from 4 days of battle, out of the blockade that was fighting over Terror's Ramp, out of the intercession of the Virgin of the Rosary, our knight walked through the sun without mishap, wrapped in the cold of a mist that it penetrated to the bone. Arriving at the old road, he galloped towards Puerto Real. Caught by darkness, he slowed his pace. He left El Puerto de Santa Maria in the distance and headed down the road to the Poblado de Doña Blanca, where a fresh horse, a glass of a good wine, and a hot ajo awaited him. But at the crossroads he heard a thunder, a volley of rifles that hit him in the chest. He spurred on and set off at a full gallop. He overwhelmed the platoon of soldiers who, chastened by the guerrilla ferocity, did not even stop him. He galloped aimlessly until he collapsed in a wine jar. He heard his horse walk away from him. He barely had the strength to extract a letter from his chest, a letter that he could not read, although he knew it by heart. He brought it to his lips and kissed it with enormous sweetness. The nighter snatched it from his lips and deposited on the white agoriza floor. There it was left, containing all his desires, unable to fly. The intense cold of night made a drop of dew roll on a leaf until it fell exactly on the place where the soldier had placed the kiss. The dew drop diluted the ink at that moment, although no one saw it. A fine spiral of light emerged from the letter and briefly turned into a winged pixie that sat on a branch. The flickering figure deeply inhaled the humidity of the night, pain, love, passion, and the smell of a wet paper. Suddenly, just as it had appeared, it disappeared, but not before whispering a small murmur. This is how Pampanin was born, a little genie that hides among vineyards and wineries and appears in the heat of the wine. They say that since that night there have been many travelers to whom Pampanin whispers stories in their ears while they are asleep so that they can rest peacefully.